So I think success in life in general is always based on balance, meaning that if you do one thing too much, it's not going to work out. I'm a lefty, but if I do decide to work out in a gym, I will not only work out my left arm and be very muscular on my left arm, I'm going to try to balance it out with both arms. And in general, it's like, how much should I do for myself? How much should I do for others? There's always a balance. There's another balance between who cares and it matters. Who cares is, let's say, our inner teenager of like, whatever, who cares? It doesn't matter. But there's another part of us, especially when it's relevant to us, where things do matter. I'm a fan of Curb, so Larry, often throughout his shows, brings up this episode that it does matter. If he sees Christian Slater over by the hors d'oeuvres bar and he's taking caviar, it's like, okay, you take a little bit, you come back, and then just hog it up and take it for other people. It matters. If you pig park over the line, you cause everybody else to mess up. Things matter. And for us, things matter. The concept of taking what it says in the Torah and then saying, well, how does this apply here now, is hitting it where it matters. And there's another balance, which is between tradition and innovation. Tradition, this is what is true. I need to know that because life is too short to reinvent the wheel. I want to know, what's a truth I could trust? I want to know, what do you do? What is the proper thing to do? But I also want to have a hand in it. I want to interpret it on my own. I want individuality. So the realm that this concept of asking questions, what do you do in this case, it enables you to bring that truth that you trust to this new zone, and you brought it on your own. So when you have a question, the first tool in understanding things is questioning, and then you say, oh, there's this concept here. How do I bring it into reality? So I'm taking tradition, I have a truth to trust, but then because I asked the question, because I was disturbed by it, I am now making it my own. And as an example, we discussed, so you guys over there discussed organ donation. So that's a good question. Doesn't say any. Where does it say about organ donation in the Torah? I don't see anything there. What should you do in that scenario? If you go to the JAC website and check out my clip show, Curb Your Fear, I analyze the 5th season of Curb, in which Larry is faced with the daunting task of being a kidney match for Richard Lewis, who needs a kidney. And he's been a friend for 44 years, and he now, what should he do? Should he donate the kidney? Or, no, listen to his inner gut and be fearful and avoid that and have Jeff donate the kidney? So that's a good question, and it matters. What do you do? Larry is perplexed. Okay, I'm friends with him for 44 years. Does that mean I have to give him a kidney? Or maybe not. So what does the Torah say about that? Now, when we delve into it, it's not just an answer of like, okay, shut up, this is what it says, be quiet, and don't ask. No, find it out, because really, if you interpret right, it's within you. The Torah is called the realm that is planted within. When you take the sources and operate it correctly, you come up with the truth, so you have a contribution to the world, you extended truth to a new zone, and there's innovation and tradition as well. So they didn't have kidney transplants 100 years ago, let alone 3,000 years ago, 4,000 years ago. What is the law? Does Larry have to give a kidney to Richard Lewis? What is it? So I want to take what's true. I'm not going to freestyle on it. Larry needs a system. Part of the idea that I speak about is that you need a system. So he goes on the previous system, which is eeny, meeny, miny, mo. It's like, oh, okay, how do I decide between me or Jeff giving the kidney? No problem. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, catch a tiger by the toe. If you have some nonsensical thing that somebody made up. And then he says, start with me, because out goes Y-O-U. I'm out. That means Jeff has to give the kidney. When in truth, no, out goes Y-O-U. You're it. You have to give the kidney. He messed up the system. But the concept, please watch it, is that we all need a system we can trust to navigate in life. Yeah, there's an individuality and creativity, but there's also a system that we trust. Where does that happen? When you ask questions on the written law, on the oral law. You ask, and then you discuss, and you don't stop until you get it clear. Another risk in our generation is that in the who cares whatever generation, we're we're never going to have the questions to ask. But if you could resist the urge and still be alive and ask the questions, then you'll find out the answers, and then it'll be yours. You will own it. You will have clarity. And that's our point. If you have a question, the goal is to follow that question to the final degree, and in the end, you'll come up with your own creativity. And that's really the goal. We all want to be unique, and yet your profile looks similar to other people's profile. Don't sound too unique to me. Where does your uniqueness come in? It's the way you understand things, the way you interpret things. And the format of that will not take place online. It will not take place in a Facebook conversation comment thing, which, man, did I make a mistake by commenting on that person's thing, because now I am privy to this person's private conversation with this other person going back and forth, which usually ends in her saying goodnight. Some psychotic thing that nobody cares about. The thing is, it can't happen there. It only could happen when we actually, number one, care, and number two, ask and try to figure it out. Thank you guys for listening.